point, you see them doing all manner of things. Today, they have used all the institutions to their own selfish criminal gymnastic maneuver to see how they continue to maneuver each other and maneuver the entire people whom they're supposed to be serving. They are servants, but they don't see themselves as servants, they see themselves as masters, lord, and emperor. And whereby I'm so sad with our institution, the judiciary, the police force, all the forces, and some of these institutions that they are using as their tool to continue to carry out this their evil adventure, whereby you see today even one who wants certificate.
Thank you,
nobody
Mr. Sam.
can question that person who wants certificate, and that person is entitled to occupy any office.
Thank you, Mr. Sam.
In the land. Mr. Maxwell, it is very painful and very sad, and the world is laughing at us, and we don't know we are misbehaving, and today they are coming up to talk diaspora electronic voting. Look at that kind of wicked, evil, senseless kind of law they are about to pass. But no worry, Mr. Maxwell, these men will be shown their way out very soon. Something will happen. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Let others contribute too. Yeah.
Thank you. This one says, good afternoon, Sir Maxwell. Labour should not only demand workers' salary to be increased, they should mandate this government to reserve the fuel subsidy. Sir Maxwell, please, can you point out what this Tinubu's government have achieved since they took over? All the money they claim to have recovered, please, where is it? Or what have they done with it? Emeka, thank you. Hello, good to have you.
Good afternoon, Maxwell.
Yes, good to have you.
My name is Larry.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Most of the time I refuse to respond to all this radio talk because, you know, when we were doing when the election to vote in the president, I was one of the people that I was telling people that this government that is coming will not favor anybody. And people say, this man was a governor of Lagos State. We should go to Lagos. We will see what the man does in Lagos. Even when they carry a truck of dollars, come to Port Harcourt to give to people, they voted. I think all of us are suffering it. In Port Harcourt today, a lot of beggars are on the streets. But they voted for a president that they believe that he was the best man. And let us talk about this strike. During the time of Kokori and all these people, when labor leaders announce strike, you will see everywhere will be on standby. Nothing will work. But the club of leaders we have today in labor, either they are fighting for themselves or they are fighting for some people in government. That is why everything in Nigeria is like this today. Until all the youth, everybody that is suffering, get up and say, let us fight for our own dear country. Things will not work the same way we are looking at. All this group of governors, presidents, commissioners, ministers, they are just there for their selfish interest. Their aim is to pack more money and leave the poor masses in pain, in abject poverty.
Thank you.
So I wish for our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Chris says, Maxwell, good afternoon. See, no Nigerian politician loves Nigeria. I said no one. If you doubt me, point one for me. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Hello, Maxwell.
Yes, good to have you. Go ahead.
My name is Goody, calling from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead, Goody.
You see, sometimes I look at things the way it is, not following what people are saying or what is running or what is going on. I personally look at, when you look at most of the callers or most of people in government, everybody wants his own personal gain. Some people need ethnic. Some people need a political party to be there. Some people need somebody they see that, they say this person is the best. They want the person to be there. And they are ready to die for the person to be there. Some people will hear because they belong to such a political party. They want their party to be there. I always say, if you're PDP, don't allow APC to put. If you're APC, don't allow PDP to put his own person. If you're Labour, don't allow any other party. Let them to find they are politicians. They behave like a politician. But most of us are more political than the politician. Just the way we feel. You see, when these people are in power, all of both APC, both Labour, both DPP, none of them can do well. And if they can do well, some among them can do well. But some people, because of maybe even though the person is a robber or whatever, so party or political party, you want the person to be there. Okay, when we are talking of this strike now that the Labour is talking about, you have been in this state, people have been shouting, talking about the past government of River State. Strike and then the things are not going fine. They have not paid the pension and this and that. Nobody say anything. But today, somebody is there as the governor. Everybody now has united. We want him. Now, when you talk of other, even Kogi, the Adjan state government, the past government, people needed him to say, the past government has not been paying before this Labour party. And there was no strike. Where we are this Joe Ajiro, when the G3 Super was shouted, was there any strike? Have they been repeating it? Maybe saying we will strike on because of this state, because of this state. Maybe this is the turn of Owerri. Maybe because of this, maybe personal perceived interest. That is Joe Ajiro having an Imo State. Because Joe Ajiro is from Imo State, Enekuku precisely. He decided to come down, use his federal power because he's coordinating the Federal Republic of Nigeria under level and come back to the state to strike. Don't you think it will affect the state? Can you see a boy who will go to the main road and use hands to stop trailer and being somebody like Hope? Hope is not a small boy, and Hope is not a small boy in politics. He's a heavyweight. When I went to where the last time, they said the way this man is going, he must certainly sweep up the whole Imo State. Do you know the last election, both senators and local government was given to APC?
Thank you.
The whole local
all right. Thank you, Goody. We have to go now. All right.
So this time for him to go and strike, I think it's his personal interest and it's not fair.
Thank you.
So for them to strike, no problem.
All right. Thank you. Maxwell, greetings. If the industrial court has given a restraining order stopping NLC and TUC from embarking on nationwide strike and NLC and TUC disobeys the court order, nobody should blame them because they copied it from federal government that always disobey court order. But let's not forget that NLC and TUC are fighting for their own palliative. Maxwell, how long will this strike last? Abi, now when federal government send them prayer money, it will stop. Elder Tangod ability to Elder Tangod is not only the federal government that disobeys court order. Governors disobey court order. One was disobeyed in this state, if not several. True or false? Or you don't know? Of course you know. So it's not only federal government that disobeys court order. State governors also disobey court orders. When the court order is against them, you see them disobey it. True or false? And nothing will happen, and nothing has ever happened. That's the kind of environment to live in. Good afternoon, Maxwell. You can see one man beaten has given the nation a strike without reasoning or thinking. I just came to understand they are striking for nothing. Please, they should breathe. Photo ranking, you sent in that one. And that's what you can take on the show today. But let's just know that our actions and inactions have consequences. I gave a narrative. I said, if your father is a thief in the community, nobody will want to have anything to do with you. His daughters will find it difficult to get married, except God intervenes. So the actions and inactions of our leaders have their consequences here in Nigeria and outside the country. Why is it that a Briton, an American, a Canadian, they go somewhere, an Israeli, the Israeli have this, there's this mindset that they have everywhere they go to. They live in the most posh areas. Anywhere they are, the Israelis. They have this first-class mindset, and you must treat them that way. You know why? Their country treats them that way. You touch one Israeli, and they will come after you. They will come after your whole lineage. If you beat your wife and your children publicly, outsiders will kill them for you. If you treat your wife and your children with dignity, outsiders will worship them. Think about it. This one says, Max, these so-called leaders are not serious with the economic and security challenges facing this country. President Tinubu wouldn't have accepted to become the AU chairman. He accepted it because he knows it's not going to work. If you truly have it in mind to solve our problem, you should have realized that accepting to become AU chairman will be a distraction to him. Andy, you sent in that one. Thank you very much for being a part of the broadcast. Everyone that has tuned in. The sports gang comes up next at 3. Stay with us.
Wake up to today's quest.
Welcome to take you through the ever-exciting world of sports.
Today's quest on Today95.1 FM, the newspaper review segment.
You should pay them. Why not pay them so that the legislature can function effectively?
The law governing those people allows them to create a multi-door. I won't use your vehicle. Just know that they are giving to us to assembly 600 million. I'm not coming there because I want to chop that peg. No.
Let's engage on today's hustle.
Welcome to Talk That Talk on Today. No, there's nothing to sugarcoat. If you go to the street, that's where you can get the true report. It's not on newspaper or wherever.
Because I see no reason why people have been suffering like this. And they are breathing, they are breathing.
And you're welcome to today's Sport Live.
There are people that are scared of the dark.
Nigerian League champions can overturn.
They've considered 5 goals away from home, and at their home ground, they've not been able to score. So he talked about not.
Welcome to the platform on radio.
Okay, America is the standard, right?
It is happening in America.
Hold on, America is. Hold on now. America is the standard.
Yes, okay. Now they are the fathers of democracy now. Who brought them?
No, they are not the fathers of waiting. They happen. We'll give them that in the way you talk to. Will they give anybody when they do well? Nah, this is a monkey man. This monkey man.
And just when you think we're done, come on with us. Let's interact on today's Connect.
Just calm down, okay? Everything is gonna be all right if you believe. With Hargett, welcome, entertainment recap right here.
But this is Area Talk on Today95.1 FM, your eyewitness report show.
Last week, you hear anything like that? This woman don't make arrest with me. I carry my eyes, see them there.
Where the Senate is set to amend the Electoral Act.
I don't know why we are taking this serious. Is there any law that they have passed in this country?
It is Today 95.1 FM. We are your perfect companion from dawn to dusk. Every day. Every day.
Bunkering is a legal act of smuggling crude oil from pipelines and storage facilities, which poses significant dangers to Nigerian society. This activity has different consequences that affect various aspects of the nation's well-being, and it has consequences such as untimely death, environmental devastation. It fuels insecurity. It also damages our infrastructure, and it also damages our international prestige. You might say, how do we make a living if we stop this illegal activity? Well, as a young individual, you can channel your energy into positive endeavors that can help you generate income and create an adequate future for yourself. These are some ideas to help you generate income. You can go into starting a business. You can also acquire digital skills or gain agricultural knowledge or engage in farming. You can also acquire art and creativity. You talk about technology and innovation, then skills and vocational training. Please note that success often requires dedication, consistency, and continuous learning. This message is brought to you by your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Okay, all right. All you need to know about this one is that
95.1 FM? Such a unique dial.
Let's talk football. Let's talk football.
What a devastating strike!
Football is a leisure game.
Sports is actually my job.
Football is boring.
That's not true. It's way more important than that.
What a wonderful goal! Fantastic strike!
As far as I'm concerned, sports is all about passion.
Sports Attack, weekdays 7:30 a.m. and today's Sports Live 3 p.m. weekends 1 p.m. to 6 p.m.
For all you need to know in the world of sports, leave the dial on Today 95.1 FM.
No, that.
Hello, my name is Kanu Wanko, aka Papilo. For the latest and trending sports stories, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt.
My name is Gianni Infantino, FIFA president. For the best of sports, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt.
Okay, good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Naija Football edition of Today Sports Live, reaching you right here on this dial, Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. My name is Victor Oriahi, your favorite melanin sports presenter. And of course, you know how we do it right here on Tuesdays. We get to talk everything Nigerian football on the show. There's so much to talk about today, and we're going to be having a lot of discussions about all of the major talking points in the world of football. I've got Ival Edu right here in the studio. Ival, welcome to the show, and good afternoon to you as well.
Yeah, good afternoon, Victor. The camp of the Super Eagles is bubbling into life. I could see players touching down the nest at the airport in Uyo, getting a lot of pictures and also video content from journalists who are early birds as well, like the players. It's nice to be on the show today, and a good afternoon to our esteemed listeners for tuning in.
All right, myself and Ival will be here driving proceedings on everything Nigerian football, as we're going to be looking at the CAF Awards. We've gotten some more updates, especially for the women's category. We'll bring you all of the details as regards the CAF Awards in a moment, as some Super Falcon stars have been nominated for the Women's Player of the Year. We're equally going to have a rundown of what happened during the weekend in the Nigeria Premier Football League. As always, get to take a look at some of the big talking points and discussions from the NPFL. And of course, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be in action on Thursday, so we'll give you some updates from the Super Eagles camp right there in Uyo. There's been a switch. We hear Maduka Okoye has once again opted to no confirmation yet about if it's as a result of injury or not, but Maduka Okoye no longer with the squad, as Amas Obasoge of Bendel Insurance has instead been drafted in to fill the boots of Okoye. Is it a ripple effect of the last time he was with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, or are there issues right there with his club, Udinese, preventing him from coming? Well, we really do not know the answer to that. And then we hear that fans might be paying as much as 5,000 naira to watch the game against Lesotho.
Well, tell me that's the VVIP stand, because if it's the regular, it should come down to 1,000 naira. If not, people will be damning the consequences and they will break the gate and have to fall in, because the guys will not go home, and when the pressure is on the gate, the security agents can't handle it. I've seen situations like this in Aba. I've seen situations like this at the Nest of Champions as well. The pressure, the fans, the population outside is always too much, and before you know, the governor will just say, please open the gate. We'll know how we'll settle it later on. But again, we have to start building this culture of paying for games. The Babayara Stadium in Ghana, when Nigeria took on the Black Stars in our World Cup qualifiers, so much money was made by the Ghanaian FA. They made money into millions of Ghana cedis, right? That was how much people paid to watch that game. And if we cannot do pay a little of 200 naira or 500 naira to watch a league match in Nigeria, how much more our country's national team that are bringing players of international repute, players that we see on television playing for the best of club sides in the world, players in the Premier League, players in the Italian Serie A, Spanish La Liga, you name it, coming to play here in the country. We should be dying to see these guys play, because these are guys that they adorn and revere wherever they are playing around the world. So 5,000 naira I think is too much if that's for the regular, but because I believe that's for the VVIP.
More updates on that when we're talking Super Eagles on the show. But before we let the listeners know about how they can call in or be a part of the show. Now, earlier today we did see something about yesterday, of course, the burial of
Bobby Charlton.
Sir Bobby Charlton's burial yesterday. We saw clips from Old Trafford. We saw clips from England. The fans, players, and about 1,000 mourners gathered as they paid their final rest to Sir Bobby Charlton. Well, there was also another one happening in our neighbors, Accra, Ghana. They actually had a funeral service as well for Sir Bobby Charlton. And I mean, the cries I heard in Ghana was even more than what we saw happening in England.
Well, possibly, I think we should relate. But although it's actually a video content, so maybe if you play the video content for the audio format, you should understand, what went down there. But again, when I saw it this morning, the first thing I shouted was madness. What's the connection between Sir Bobby Charlton and Ghana or Ghanaians? There's no connection whatsoever. This guy is a hero for England. When you go back to the 1966 FIFA World Cup, where they hosted and did win that one, he's also a great part of Manchester United's history and what he also did in the Premier League as well. But what's the connection between the Ghana and Ghanaians and Sir Bobby Charlton? They do nearly everything. They made the Undertaker job, popular with the lovely Undertakers who dress in good suits, do some terrific dance steps. They even got to be interviewed by the BBC and some of the biggest shows around the world. Ghana, I just like the Ghanaian lifestyle. It looks as if there's no problem in that part of the world, because how on earth do you gather, set canopy, do chairs, bring drinks, cool off rice, and they'll even argue between Nigerian jollof and Ghanaian jollof. Just to Ghana man I know he's listening to us this afternoon, Victor Kwame Sampo. People should be ashamed of themselves. What exactly do they do for a living in Ghana? Because they are jobless. That's what they call the lazy people. Coming out to do reciprocate the burial ceremony here in Accra. I didn't see the connection whatsoever. But again, it's Ghana. They can do anything.
Well, let's just hope that there was not one being done in Lagos.
No. In fact, you could recall when Queen Elizabeth passed on as well. We also had that issue. Some Nigerians had to even do ashwebi for Queen Elizabeth. I think I gave up on Ghana a long time ago. There was a time they taught, I think I did mention, they did teach sex education on national television, and it was practicalized. That's when I gave up on Ghana. But this one beats me to read.
Okay, well, that was just on a lighter note. Of course, we did see the burial ceremony of Sir Bobby Charlton Ghana branch have theirs yesterday. But the phone lines will be open in due time. But for now, you can send in your text or WhatsApp messages when we start our discussions to the number 0701 933 9962 0701 933 9962. That's the number to send in your text or your WhatsApp messages to. Let's start off with the NPFL. As Rangers head coach Fidelis Lechukwu has attributed his team's hard-fought 2-2 draw at Sunshine Stars on Sunday to the Flying Antelopes' never-say-die spirit. Godwin Obaje's early goal in the 4th minute gave Rangers an edge, answered by Ibrahim Yusuf's swift equalizer in the 13th minute. Moses Omodumweke put the home side ahead in the 76th minute, but Osimaga Duke's own goal in injury time brought Rangers level again at the 93rd minute. Now, following the draw draw at Sunshine Stars. Rangers now sit third in the MPFL table with 14 points from 8 games, 3 points behind leaders Lobby Stars and 1 point behind second place Remo Stars, who have a game in hand. Speaking after the grueling showdown, Ilechukwu reiterated that the match was played by his team with sheer resilience. Said it was just a game of not giving up. In football, even if you have just 1 minute, you must play and anything can happen. Sunshine got it right in the second half, but not giving up is our strength, and you know our name. Up Rangers, never say die until the final whistle. I think that's what happened today, and we will keep on pushing, said Ilechukwu. Speaking of Rangers' failure to hold on to their early minute goal, he said it's so painful in our defense line that the work we have been doing for months now, we've not gotten it right as far as I'm concerned. Conceding 2 goals is a shame. It is a disgrace. Defenders and goalkeepers must live up to expectations. If you look at the defense, they were so poor. I am not happy about that, but I think we will keep on working. We will keep on giving others a chance to see what we can do about it. Ilechukwu further reiterated the Rangers' objective for the 2023-2024 season, saying it's one after the other. We've gotten a point here. We now talk about the next game. It's just week 8. If anybody tells you that we win the league by this time, the person is lying. It is not true. Around week 30 or 31, we will start seeing what is going to happen, said the former Heartland boss, Ilechukwu. So it's too early for us to start talking about who wins the league or who doesn't, according to the man Ilechukwu. And he talked about Rangers never say die spirit. But before I get Ival's thought, let's run through the other games played. Abba Adam scored the winning goal as Kano Pillars won the battle of former champions after edging out Eyimba 1-0 at the Sani Abacha Stadium. Adam scored that decisive goal in the 19 minutes from time. Meanwhile, in Ikene, Remo Stars thrashed Gombe United 4-0 with Sikiru Alimi netting twice for Daniel Ogumodede's side. And in the Frank Mamwena and Anyekeme Okon scored the other goals for the team. At the Kwara Sports Complex, Kwara United rallied to hold Shooting Stars to a 1-0 draw. And Malamo Taufik gave Shooting Stars the lead a minute before the break. The hosts earned a point with Alao Mohammed equalizing 2 minutes from time. So let's take a look at the full results of games played in the Nigeria Premier Football League match day 8 encounter. Well, we can let you know that Katsina United did beat Rivers United by a lone goal to nothing. For Sunshine Stars and Rangers International, we ended 2-2. Lobby Stars beat Sporting Lagos 1-0. Kano Pillars won. Eyimba with Neo, Kwara United and 3SC 1-1. Tornadoes and Insurance played out a goalless draw. Remo Stars defeated Gombe United 4-0, and Plateau United defeated Abia Warriors 3-1. So it's a situation where we saw 3 different teams pick up points away from home in this very match day. Insurance, Shooting Stars and Rangers all picking up points away from home. Let's start off with Rangers. Now, this is a traditional side in the MPFL, the Flying Antelopes of Enugu. They're known for never giving up. Would you say Fidelis Ilechukwu has brought back that spirit, that never say die spirit, to the Rangers camp?
I feel that's the difference between Rangers last season and Rangers this season. 2 key factors, Ilechukwu and the GM of the club, Amobi Ezeaku, because these are core professionals. They are coming in with some level of wealth of experience, and they're also putting their expertise to bear. We shouldn't forget, especially for Ilechukwu, everywhere he has gone, I've monitored him very closely. From when he took MFM from a second division side to competing for the league and playing on continental football, a privately owned church-sponsored club. Reaching that level of Nigerian football should be applauded. And don't forget, he walked away from that job before they got relegated like 2 seasons later on after he had gone. The guys who came to take over him couldn't sustain the tempo. They had one of the best midfield combination. They had the likes of, what's his name? This Stephen Ode. They had Chikiru Olatunbosu, and they had Chukwuka Onuwa in midfield. That combination was very good, and before we knew it, 2 of the players left for Europe. One left to Eyimba, although he couldn't cut it, and since then he's been shipped around the country. I've not heard much about Chukwuka Onuwa since then, but he went to Heartland Football Club of Owerri, and in spite of the whole troubles they had with finances, they kept fighting, they kept beating teams. He was one of the coaches who came in and made Heartland look almost invincible against a team like Ayimba. I could recall one of his biggest results was going all the way to Aba and beating Ayimba there. He went to Lagos as well and beat MFM there as well, while he was the coach of Heartland. In spite of all the troubles where he's still been complaining of being owed over 11 million naira, the team still stayed afloat. But the next coach came in and the team got relegated, just fought their way back. He went over to Plateau United and got them a continental slot, not forgetting how far they battled against Wider Casablanca. In fact, if not for a refereeing howler, because that's what I want to call it, it would have been just a few seconds to go and Plateau United would have been in the group stage of the CAF Champions League. But the referee decided to take an infringement that was outside the box, and the player fell into the box for a penalty, and a player was also sent off for Plateau United, and that ended their day because they were playing out for a fantastic goalless draw that would have seen them move through, to the next round of the tournament. And now we've seen him at Rangers. Rangers struggled to stay afloat in the MPFL last season. They barely survived. Yes, they had a fantastic run to the Federation Cup final where they were beaten by Bendel Insurance 1-0 in that particular encounter. But you look at how well they've played this season, especially away from home. They've been one of the most convincing sides so far in the start of this season. And the difference has to be Ilechukwu. The coaching seemed to be right. I don't know much about their recruitment. Godwin Obaje is an old war horse, former MPFL top goal scorer, while with Wiki Tourist of Bauchi in his days. I don't know much about the players in their rank this season. Chukwudi Nwaudu is the captain of the side. Some interesting players in there, but it's not the quality of player that they've got or the names that they've got, because they even lost a few legs as well. Innocent Gabriel, the man who was behind the saga of the jersey number 3 thing, went to Ayimba International, so they lost a few legs as well. But what they've done right is that they've gotten their coaching right, and Amobi Ezeaku, the GM of the club, is trying to run that club as professional as they can. I saw pictures of him and the minister just a few days ago. Possibly he was showing the minister around the new clubhouse. So you could see that things are being put in place to make sure that Rangers International return back to their glory days. So you have to give kudos to Ilechukwu. I'm not surprised that they got a 2-2 draw, because when I look at the games that could end in draws or points picked by away teams, I picked 2 games: Ayimba against Pillars and Rangers against Sunshine Stars, and one turned out to be correct. The other one just fell by the wayside by just a very tiny margin.
All right, so well, you just talked about the next game that I'd love us to look into: Kano Pillars against Ayimba. First of all, it was such a big game. The fans turned out in their numbers to support, of course, the same Sugida right there at the Sani Abacha Stadium. But then, in a battle between these two perennial teams in the NPFL, Kano Pillars came out victorious. Ayimba still haven't felt 100% convincing. They are the defending champions of the NPFL. Do you really feel like with the games that they have played this season, they have shown their champions mettle or the champions mentality, or have shown the seriousness that, listen, we need to ensure this title remains in Aba?
Far from that, and I have to break it down because I'm very close to this team as well. I've got my ears on the ground when it comes to Ayimba. I've got a few sources in there who tell me first-hand stories. And one thing I have to tell everyone listening this afternoon is that a house divided in itself cannot stand. That's what is happening at Ayimba. Recall that when they crashed out of the African Football League, a club statement came out that the management has warned the players and technical staff of the team to sit up or they'll face the sack, right? And there was a fireback from the coach himself, Finidi George, who also railed out things that the club failed to do, from getting them the match ball that was used for the AFL, which was a high-tech quality pressured ball, which they got just 2 days to the game, to registering players without him knowing, to signing 19 players, of which he had knowledge of only 4 of those players, and an indictment on the management itself. So you can see that Kanu's administration and Finidi George on the other end, they may not be working as fluid as we think. That simply means that there may be bad blood and breakdown of communication between a setup that's supposed to be performing as a whole. So
2 Super Eagles ex-internationals.
Yes, so that alone, it's a problem in itself. And let's talk about the football here. There are a few players that they did bring in that I frowned and I shook my head. Ayimba won the league last season, and they had no right winning that league last season because the players that played that season are not the quality of players you expect to play for Yimba. With all due respect to all the players, right? Players were coming in from the Nigerian National League, the Nationwide League, the Yimba Academy, playing the league season for the first time, some playing their league campaign for the second time. These were players that Yimba put together to play. For example, Chibuke Nwewu, the man who tucks in his who folds his jersey for us to see his tie, was so far since been eloped or ran away to Israel. We saw him training in Israel.
Eimba put up a statement saying he was absent without official leave, AWOL, and then pictures emerged of the man in Israel.
The man is in Israel. I'm wondering how the rockets are flying over his head. Please, he should stay protected. But again, that's another story. How did he get?
No, but wait, just possible. I mean, things are happening in Israel right now.
Yes.
You know, it's not. I don't know if it is the safest. And you have a player with Eimba saying, you know what? Screw all of that. Let's go to Israel. Anything, if we perish, we perish. You know, just for this football. I mean, our players, we really do a whole lot. All right. So back to you.
Okay, so a few. Firstly, they are not working together, right? The management is at this on one side, the technical crew on the other side, the players as well that they got last season. It was a miracle that they did win. In fact, I spoke to the midfielder of the team, former midfielder of the team, and he told me, Eval, in all my years staying here in Yimba, this was our poorest squad, which we used to achieve the greatest. Just like when you hear people talk about the 2013 African Cup of Nations, Nigeria had no right winning that AFCON. We took about 5 or 6 home-based players to that particular AFCON. The likes of Uzonyi, Obuabona, Kunle Odunlami were all part of that squad, right? But they were able to knock out the almighty at some point, golden generation of the Ivory Coast in the quarterfinal. And from there, we saw ourselves beating Mali, then winning the finals against Burkina Faso. So for what Eimba presented last season, that's exactly what I want to say. That squad was not what you will look at it and say, yeah, this squad should be winning the Nigerian Premier Football League. But they did win it because their name is Eimba. This season, the players that they did recruit, like the coach stated out of 19, he didn't have knowledge of 15 of those players.
And so that's literally a recipe for disaster already.
Yeah, so some of those players were players that were brought in, they were dropped from their former teams. Dropped from Sunshine, dropped from Sporting Lagos,
to play for a team as big as Eimba.
Then you're coming to play for Eimba. Yes, a few players were brought in from Papilo FC, youngsters like Naji, who is doing quite well. You know, he won them the sport kick last time where they did beat from Dakada or FC1 Rocket coming in as well. But there are a few players who came in and we expected much from them. Joseph Atule, for example, former Lobby Stars man. I watched him over the 2 legs against Wydad Casablanca and I was disappointed, right? He's yet to get a goal or an assist to his name and he's struggling at the moment. So Eimba hasn't shown champion stuff yet. The way they are playing, even at home, hasn't given the fans some confidence. I feel they need to sit down and put their house in order so that they can start talking tactics and talking how to play games and win points. Because what they have now is currently a divided house. And until they sort those issues out and get the right players to start, not this player and you bring up, that player and you bring up, then they will have some problems.
All right, a divided house is what seems to be at in the Eimba camp, and they are defending champions, but certainly not living up to that hype this season. For Rivers United, before we go to the phone lines and get to hear from the callers, Rivers United, you know, they played against Katsina United, away from home and an away loss. We're not expecting them to get every win away from home or get points away from home, but it's similar question like I asked yesterday, like I asked them earlier about Eimba. For Rivers United, champions of the league 2 seasons back, and even last season, you know, we saw them, you know, put up a very good fight, got to the Super 6, represented Nigeria in the continent. In fact, they were the last team,
the only survivor, yes,
you know, to get out of the
into the group, yeah.
And at the end of the day, this season, many fans will say that they haven't been too impressed with how the Pride of Rivers has played. Once again, you're lacking that centre forward presence that will say, this is the person to get the goals. They've always had that person before. You know, last season it was Ishak Rafiu Kayode.
That was 2 seasons ago.
2 seasons back. It was Ishak Rafiu Kayode. Last season
they didn't have. They did not have last season. So the problem is not the centre forward for me. The problem is the balance of the team. For Rivers United, the issue is the balance. I hope they are listening to us this afternoon, because I feel the balance is not right. Yes, you have recruited to try to plug some holes, but have we gotten the right players in? There's a team that loses one player, even through injury, and it becomes a problem for their next few matches. They struggle, just like what we saw with Leicester City when they lose away for Ndidi at some point. You see how shaky their performances used to look like until he comes back into the squad. Then he now galvanizes them. Rivers United have lost balance. The balance in terms of how the team used to fit and play and stay stable. One player left that team that I so much have missed. Maurice Chukwu, he went to Tanzania. You talk about Fabian Warre, the war horse at the back. He went to Remo Stars. I don't know where he is now because he has also left Remo Stars. Then you talk about Ebube Duru, who was seemingly the captain of the side for majority of the games played last season. He's also gone AWOL. I think he didn't extend his contract, and we don't know. He said he just traveled, but since then I've not seen him, play for the team. So I don't know if he still has any existing contract with Rivers United. So look at these three players now: Maurice Chukwu, Fabian Warre, as well as Ebube Duru, the left back, who also takes penalty kicks, who also scores free kicks as well for the team and contributes in assist and also defending and attacking when he's been called upon. That is the real balance of that team. They didn't have centre forward last season, but they could go all the way to the quarterfinals of the CAF Cup. They had gotten a win in that game against Ayimba because they had the opportunity to win that game. They would have been crowned champions as well. So the centre forward is not really a problem. What's happening now to Rivers United is that the balance is lacking. What did they bring in? I feel like I love Alex Oyowa, the man they brought in from Bayelsa United. He's playing like that number 10. The man who is playing the role of Maurice Chukwu this season has been, what's his name again? Farouk Mohammed, the former Yimba midfielder, the Ghanaian international. I feel he's not been able to, play to that level or reciprocate what Maurice Chukwu gave to Rivers United. So that midfield area, it's a problem. They barely control games. You can see now, they've drawn 2 home matches this season. 2 home matches have been drawn here in Port Harcourt.
Exactly.
The game against Sunshine Stars and the game against, which team is that? I think that was Shooting Stars or so, if I'm not mistaken. I've forgotten the team now. They've drawn 2 matches already in Port Harcourt, and their away results are not even pleasant as well, not for the draw against Heartland. Other games have been narrow defeats as well, which sometimes you think if the NPFL should, allow the game to flow, just officiate the game the way it is. Some of these results have been converted to points on the board, but they have got to find the right balance. Yes, you've lost these players, they've transferred to other sides, but you've got to find the right balance. Look for players who can do seemingly just good enough, or find a way to play without those guys, but play a different pattern so that you could accommodate them and also get a different kind of feel to your game. I feel they're lacking the balance.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the table right now in the NPFL. Lobby Stars top of the table with 17 points gotten from 8 matches played, and then Remo Stars are second with 15 points with 7 games played, so they have an outstanding match. Rangers International 14 points, 8 matches played. Shooting Stars 14 points, 4th position on the log. Plateau United complete the top 5 with the likes of Bendel Insurance, Abia Warriors, Kano Pillars, Sporting Lagos, and Doma United completing the top 10. That means no Rivers United in the top 10 in the NPFL of the table. As I need you to speak up, please. We really cannot hear you. Your voice is so low.
Okay, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better.
As I say, my friend Eva is telling the world that we should go and pay for money to watch the NPFL game. We are here crying out the FPFL are not doing well. People are not doing well in it. You people are always every time clamoring for players to come and take over the league and management and the rest. Look at what is going on in Ayimba. They are actually doing well. So which of the retired?
Well, the thing is, first of all, Ayimba played 5 matches. Okay, so maybe when they play their outstanding games, it will be easier for us and you listening to also properly criticize them. But you've got to say they've been some good innovations off the pitch. I mean, they've got that contract with a mobile phone brand where for everyone who means the man of the match, you get a mobile phone.
I'm not criticizing them based on the performance. I'm criticizing them based on the crisis that is wrong in that particular team, whereby they could not. The 2 former Nigerian players could not be able to manage it. So what are we saying? By the time people go to stadium, although I expect myself, because I normally like to go to stadium to see football by myself without waiting for somebody to tell me or listening to radio. So you want people to go and pay money. What are they going to pay money for? What are they seeing? Are they going to stadium where you see somebody just see he would duck and take it as something I can't describe on the phone? Even if you can't even ask somebody to remove the jersey and give it to you, and they can give it to you. So my brother, as long as I'm concerned, you go back and rebrand MPFL and make football in Nigeria look interesting. By the time you get to the stadium, you see something. If you pay money to enter stadium, you see the reason why you pay money for. You happy for it. So as long as I'm concerned, home and win, home must win. Look at the example when you go to Rivers United Stadium at Adokia Messi Maka Stadium. You know what is going on there. By the time they hold you till 8 o'clock, why do you score the second the first goal? They hold you. At the end of it, they must do something to make sure that you can't go home without the 1-0. So they should do the whole world. You know what I'm saying.
Okay.
So as long as I'm concerned, Victor, they should make sure and make our league look interesting. People will be going there to watch.
All right. Thank you very much, Eto from Roma Holu. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon to Victor and Eva.
Good afternoon.
I'm Ron Ivan Victor.
Welcome.
Yes. Well, you know the problem with Rivers United. I've been saying this before. There will always be a very big problem if you feel comfortable winning or drawing at home and going away only for you to fumble. Rivers United had that record the season they won the league, and the next season we can see what happened. Probably you can tell me that the syndrome of no Nigerian league or no Nigerian team win back-to-back league, and which is the same syndrome that's playing in Eyimba. And I was thinking that as the season goes by, the mentality of the players in Rivers United would have changed by now, but absolutely we've not seen any change. Yesterday, Eva was talking about Rangers, where they were, Eva and Williams were talking about Rangers, where they were supposed to be and where they were not supposed to be. And though I was unable to call, but I have a thought in mind saying that yes, Rangers probably might not be where they were supposed to be, but I think that they have the right man. If only they have the right management that will be able to solve their problem, because it's not just all about the coach and the player. It's just all about it's also another thing is also the board. What are the board doing to at least make things good, work well for the coach, or for the coach to work on a permanent or comfortable soil or ground? And that is what I think is working for the Rangers. But then, if it continues this way, then Rangers at the end of the season will be seeing them playing the continent next season. But for Rivers United and the Eyimba, I think it's not all going rosy, but big boys will always be the big boys. It happens everywhere and anywhere in the league or anywhere in the world. So Rivers United and Eyimba will actually bounce back. One of them will play in the continent, or it's probably two of them will still play in the continent. But then things have to be solved on time. Then we'll be able to know where our problem is coming from. Eyimba and Rivers United, that's why their mentality has to change. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Well, let's move now as we talk about the CAF Awards. Earlier today, we got to see Nigerian players of the year. Is it coming home?
Well, you can't look beyond after a good outing at the FIFA Women's World Cup. But again, you ask yourself, who are the other contenders? The South Africans were the winners of the last WAFCON as well, and they also had a fine showing at the FIFA Women's World Cup. You have the likes of Linda Mothalo here as well. Tembi Gatlana as well had a fine showing at the World Cup. I feel she got about 2 goals to her name in the course of the World Cup. But I feel Nigeria have a strong presence here. The strong presence I see is not even Asisat Oshoala. Oshoala will be on the back of what she does for the Barcelona feminine side. You know, for the national team, I wouldn't really rank her that high, you know, to give anyone some problem. If Nigeria has got a big chance of winning it, he has to be a goalkeeper. Chiamaka Nadozie.
because she's also been nominated for the goalkeeper of the year.
Give it to her. I'm looking at Chiamaka Nnadozie here, and I'm saying she's the most outstanding women's player currently in the world. Yes, the Algerians have got their own, the Moroccans have got their shout with Gislan Shebak, right? But I still feel that Nnadozie should not be overlooked for this particular award because she's put in so much for club and country. We've seen her heroics time and time again. Even in the FIFA World Cup, we saw her heroics in the shootout. She has single-handedly knocked out two strong sides in the UEFA Women's Champions League this season, Arsenal and Wolfsburg, if I'm not mistaken. Her heroics have been able to lead her side, Paris FC, to the group phase of this season's UEFA Champions League. So with that and her fine showing whenever she's been called upon for the Super Falcons of Nigeria consistently, I feel she should be one of those top contenders for this particular award. Oshola, always the fans' favorite, and people who vote always their favorite based on what she does for Barcelona feminine side. Maybe she also get a good chunk of the vote, but if I were to be part of the voters to decide this one, I feel my player for the women's game will be Chiamaka Nnadozie, the Super Falcons goalkeeper.
All right, and for the national team of the year, can we really say that Nigeria can stake a claim in a year that saw some teams, perform better? The likes of Burkina Faso, Burundi, Ghana, Malawi, Morocco, Senegal, South Africa, Tanzania, and Zambia have also been nominated for the national team of the year for the women's category.
Well, it's interesting, especially for Zambia, right? The Zambian national team is one team that I really connected with them during the build-up to the FIFA Women's World Cup. You could recall that they did play against Germany, and they did win that game by 3-2. I recall we highlighted how well they performed in that particular friendly encounter, which was absolutely fantastic. And even when they went to the World Cup as debutant, in spite of all that was surrounding the team, the talks of the sexual harassment by the coach at that point in time, they still went there and gave a good account of themselves. They won at least a game in that tournament. They were beaten by Japan and beaten by, I think, the Netherlands, the Spanish national team. But the last game, they, got result against their last opponent, which I can't really recall right now. They got a fantastic win. 3 points in the bag for a debutant, right? Look at their progress as well in the African Women's Cup of Nations. They beat Nigeria to winning the third best team award. So I'm looking at that particular lineup, and if I were to be part of the voters, I'll be going for Zambia because I know South Africa and Morocco has got enormous wealth of experience and quality and investment in their game. I want to look at the likes of Zambia, Barbara Banda leading that charge. I feel they should be winning the women's team of the year.
All right, Barbara Banda. I mean, not too much to talk about that. But then let's take a look at the coach of the year. Coach of the year, you've got the likes of Apem Gatakoa coach, Nana Joe Adakwa, Malawi's coach, Lovemore Vasili, CS Casablanca coach, Maidiel Kachuri, Asfar coach, Mohamed Amin Alua, Morocco coach, Reynald Pedros, Nigeria coach, Randy Waldrum, Senegal's Musa Cisse, South Africa's Desiree Ellis, Mamelodi Sundowns, Jerry Shabalala, and JKT Queens, Esther Chamruma. So, for that very category, Randy Waldrum, did he really do some exploits in the year on the review to clinch the coach of the year for the women's category?
It's going to be tough for Randy Waldrum, even though I know he won the hearts of millions of Nigerians due to how well he set up his team to play in the 4 matches that they did play at the FIFA Women's World Cup. He won my heart as well. Before, I thought he experimented a lot. He shifted players from their natural position into places that they were not really comfortable in playing. But at the World Cup, we saw full benefit of a coach's tactics, especially that game against England, where also Nacho Hale was the Inspector General in charge, making sure that she kept James' sister very quiet in that game, and she saw red finally, but Nigeria couldn't capitalize on the penalty shootout. On the back of that most recent appearance for Nigeria, Randy would have been there if this was how he began with Nigeria. But look at the number of losses he recorded, prior to the FIFA Women's World Cup. That alone knocks him out of the pitch. But I'm looking at Desiree Ellis, and I can't look beyond her, because look at what South Africa did at the FIFA Women's World Cup. They were one team that were so expressive. They scored in nearly every game. I feel, they lost to Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. Or did they lose to Sweden? Yeah, they lost to Sweden late on Ilestedt scored the winning goal. Sweden beat South Africa 2-1. They drew against Argentina also. And they got a victory in their last game, qualified with 4 points, for the knockout phase. And even in the knockout stage, right, they also fought till the very end in that game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to recall which team it was. The Netherlands, right? They got a goal in that game, but ended 3-1 or so in favor of the Netherlands. So they gave a very good account of themselves. Desire Ellis has really proven that you can be consistent with the team and finally get results, get full benefit of your result. Nigeria is now finding it so hard to beat South Africa. This has been almost 6 years in the making, right? Some AFCON, we've been playing out a draw. Sometimes you need the luxury of penalties to help us win games against South Africa. Last time out, we were well beaten in the group phase, and they went all the way to winning their maiden Women African Cup of Nations. So you can't look beyond this list. I feel you have the full vote from all the people who will be putting in their
now,
votes.
some talking points have been, quickly, so we go back to the phone line, some talking points have been the fact that for the club of the year in the CAF Awards, no Nigerian club, no NWFL side is considered good enough to make it to the club of the year. I mean, we didn't even qualify for the Women's Champions League. Do you say Nigeria? Do you think any Nigerian team could stake a claim to be nominated for the club of the year award?
You can't. They shouldn't.
It's as simple as that.
No, they shouldn't, because how well are you visible, right? Professionally, how well is our women's football run? I pity them a lot. Yes, we still complain about welfare for the men's game.
But things are going to be changing, because we heard that some of their games are going to be shown on TV.
Yes. So imagine what it is for the men's game. It's even far worse for the women's game. I've seen a team. I'll not mention their name. They're in the East. They know themselves. They'll pack girls in a 14-seater bus. Pack them. A 14-seater bus and bring them down here to come and play a game. And after the game, they are going back immediately in a 14-seater bus. You see 30 players squeezing themselves in there, right? How professional are they? How visible are these teams? Do you know that in the Nigerian Women's League, transfers are not done with money? They need to buy player. They need to sell to win money.
Not cool or not?
At least for the men's game, they will tell that, okay, this team paid $350,000 for this player. In the women's game, transfer is done free everywhere. Maybe that's a discussion for another day. We need to bring an expert to tell us why they need a sell player for women's game.
Okay, let's open the phone lines now to hear your reaction on the CAF Women's the CAF Awards now for the women's category. 7 Super Falcons player nominated. Do you really think it's going to be coming to? Do you think it will be a Nigerian to win that very one? 0810-9510-951. Again, 0810-9510-951 or 0817-0000-951. Hello, welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Guys, Simon Koba.
Welcome back, Simon. Keep it short, please.
The question I want to ask concerning the team, even the coach, the Nations Cup that female that South Africa won, are they going to look at it for the award?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it this year that they won that trophy?
It was late last year.
I think it was late last year, but I think that should be under the period under review.
Okay, if it was late last year. It wasn't late last year, nah. It wasn't late. It wasn't late last year. Okay, if they will include it now, but it means that both the best team and the best coach will go to South Africa. But
it wasn't late last year. It was in July.
Okay.
It was in July. So no, it would not. It should not be.
It should not be.
It should not be under review.
If it will not be, if Nigeria also have chance on that, it means that they will use this FIFA World Cup to
yes.
And the FIFA World Cup, Nigeria is the best team in Africa, for me, or for my own opinion.
Yeah.
And even the performance, if the Nigeria is the best team that represented Africa, it means that the coach that coach is supposed to deserve to also win it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Simon, for your contribution. Keep it coming. 0810-9510-951 or 0817-0000-951. We've got a message here that says, good afternoon to you all. I don't know what is the problem of Rivers United. With this leg, they may crash out of this year's CAF CAF, I believe you meant Confederations Cup, says the coach should do something or he should resign. How can we draw points back to back? Skillful Peru from Eche. And this one says, good afternoon to you guys. To me, I still believe that Eimba will do well this season. Remember that they still have some outstanding games. Please, let's learn to give people chance. Uche Nakam is my African best player. She's very good. Sir Chima texting from Elio Popodu, Rupoku, Port Harcourt. Thank you very much, Sir Chima. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Felix. I'm calling you from your office.
Welcome, Felix.
I think I concur with Iva. That award should be given to Chiamaka Nadozie. He did excellently well. And out of no Nigerian team being among the nomination, it is expected. So I think the problem we have here is management. We have not even we've not been able to manage the male football, and we went and include the female football. So why wouldn't players be on transfer when it comes to? Why wouldn't players be on free transfer when it comes to the women? All what we do is copy paste, but we don't know how the people who did these things, how they managed to get to that success level. All what we do is just to pull up. Look at how even as little as Czech Republic, their female league is well organized. So in fact, I see no reason or excuse to give as to why our football has been so poor, right from the men to the female to the age group. Everything about our sport is just terrible. So I'm not expecting less. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, welcome to the show. Welcome back. Hello.
There's no two ways about it. I think I will win that one. For the woman. What about men? For the assistants and the whole hope to revamp our Nigerian so for men African and women. Particular one. I know that the wrong was in 2012, but this particular one are all shining our eye waiting to see. This one cannot leave us. It's all coming home. Victor Osimhen all the way. Or if they do otherwise, who enter the street for progress.
Okay.
Our brilliant. Not that the one they brought our weapons in Lagos last 2012. It's our own. It's coming home and it's coming home.
All right, I hear you, sir. I hear you too. It is coming home. Thank you very much. That is the much we can take on the show. Remember to join us tomorrow for Sports Attack by 6:30 a.m. My name is Victor Oriahi. I did the show with Ival Edu, so we cannot take more calls as we've got an advert coming up. We'll come your way again tomorrow 6:30 a.m. Till then, stay safe.
Now, wow. Which kind of condition be this now? I dey spend plenty money to fuel my generator. Light no even dey constant. And the bills dey high. Wetin man go do sef? You still dey here dey lament. Shebi I don tell you to come follow me enjoy solar. Okay, even if I wan use solar, which one fit dey reliable? My brother, I dey use solar from Flow Crown Energy. Tell me about this Flow Crown Energy. Flow Crown Energy dey offer perfect solar energy solution for home, office, hotel, business place, street, community and surroundings. Dem get lithium batteries, inverter, panel, floodlight, street light and many more. My brother, e never finish o. Flow Crown Energy go give you warranty on top their product with affordable prices and incentive. Flow Crown na the answer to your power problems. Abeg, make your office dey safe. Flow Crown Renewable Energy Limited dey for Suite 2 West Gold Mall by Obirikore Junction, NTA Road, Port Harcourt. Their phone number na 0916-207-8012. Again, 0916-207-8012. You fit visit their website for www.flowcrownenergy.com.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt. News update.
Thanks for joining us. The news update for 4. I am Lucky Maxwell. The House of Representatives has launched an investigation into the immediate and remote circumstances surrounding the cancellation of already granted visas to 264 Nigerians on arrival at Jeddah aboard Air Peace. It also urged the federal government to urgently take such diplomatic steps necessary to protect the image of the nation, ensure the full implementation of the bilateral air service agreement, protect Nigerian national carriers flying into Saudi Arabia, and protect the Nigerian traveling public. A decision of the House followed the adoption of a motion moved at plenary today by Kama and Ken Kama and 4 others. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has clarified reports attributed to its head of public affairs that there will be a national blackout on account of the ongoing nationwide labor strike, describing the report as false and totally misleading. In a statement by its management, the company also said the report was not from the public affairs head of TCN. The Court of Appeal in Lagos has fixed tomorrow, Wednesday, November 15, to deliver judgment in the appeal filed by the governorship candidate of the Labour Party, Gbadebo Rhodes Vival, and that of the People's Democratic Party and its candidate, Abdulaziz Adediran, challenging the re-election of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. A notice sent out by the court to parties in the appeal indicated the judgment will be delivered tomorrow at 3 p.m. Last week, on November 7th, the Court of Appeal panel led by Justice Yagata Nimpa had reserved judgment in the 2 appeals after listening to the argument of the parties. On September 25, the Election Petitions Tribunal had, in its unanimous decision, dismissed the 2 petitions and upheld the re-election of Governor Sanwo-Olu and his deputy, Obafemi Hamzat. On the foreign scene, one of the men convicted over the 2006 murder of Russian journalist Anna Politkovskaya has been pardoned after fighting in Ukraine. Sergei Hadeskonavov, a former Moscow police officer, was jailed for 20 years at a trial in 2014, but his lawyer, Alexei, said he had now received a presidential pardon after completing a 6-month military contract. He was one of the 5 people convicted of the crime. Politkovskaya, an investigative reporter and vocal critic of Russia's war in Chechnya, was shot in a lift in her block flat. Her reporting for Novaya Gazeta newspaper won international renown for her dogged investigation of Russian abuses in Chechnya. And that's the news. I am Lucky Maxwell. Good evening.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Okay, all right. All you need to know about this one is that
95.1 FM. Such a unique style.
All stands, greet.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You're welcome to Jagbajantis High School. My name is Sound Sultan, your new mathematics teacher. By the way, do you understand Pidgin English?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what we go use henceforth? Okay, carry your pen, carry your paper. Fem for my class. People of this world, them plenty.
Shanty ball.
The sins of this people, many, so many.
Shanty ball.
Many times plenty, multiplier.
Multiplier.
Many times plenty, multiplier.
Multiplier.
Multiplier. The answer you get now waiting, they make come and they cry. The answer you get now waiting, they make rich man they mess and leaders they lie. The answer you get now waiting, they make young boys and girls join party gang. Answer you get now waiting, they make innocent man rot inside the jail. Get it, and then agree to grant and bail. Get it, oh. Everybody, oh yeah, oh,
join Jagbajantis songs.
It's 4 minutes past 4 o'clock. Good afternoon to you and welcome to Tuesday's edition of the Platform on Radio on your premium talk station. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. I am Prince Ajubo. Of course, I'm here to give you insight into some of the news reports, accompanied by correspondent reports, of course. I'll take you straight to the menu right now to bring you the headlines of the 4 stories we are doing today on the show. Organized labor in Rivers State directs members to join nationwide strike from tomorrow. Oil marketers warn of possible petrol scarcity during Yuletide season. People of Rumuji in Emoha local government area dismiss reports of recent kidnap. People of Ubima in Ikwere local government area protest alleged unlawful dismissal of one of their sons by management of SEAT company. The organized labor in Rivers State says it will strictly abide by the decisions reached at the Joint National Executive Council meeting of the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC and the Trade Union Congress TUC of Nigeria held yesterday in Abuja. The NLC and the TUC in a joint statement said after reviewing the decisions of the organized labor, it has mandated its affiliate unions to mobilize their members to shut down every working environment, both at the public and private sectors, from tomorrow. In the statement by the state chairperson of the NLC, Alex Agwanwo, and his TUC counterpart, Ikechukwu Onyefuru, the organized labor said the National Secretariat of the Councils, after reviewing the level of federal government's response to the number of demands, directed all affiliates at the state level to mobilize their members to withdraw their services from today to press home labor's demands for a better working environment and fairness in the affairs of Nigeria leaders to Nigerians. The organized labor in Rivers State said a task force to monitor compliance of all unions is also in force and reminded workers that injury to one is an injury to all.
For democracy, no matter how hard it is, let a military, and for modification of our behaviors onto the stereo. A accountability. If you've been a chop money, I beg you take it.
Okay, before I throw open the phone lines to you to take your thoughts on this very development, I have here with me our labor correspondent, Ifunanya Obeme Ndukwe. Good evening to you, Ifunanya.
Good evening.
So it does seem like it's an afterthought on the part of labor in Rivers State because the strike did start yesterday. So what do you know about the reason for the labor in Rivers State to take that decision to join the strike tomorrow?
Well, the strike actually started midnight of
yes, the strike started today rather,
yes,
but
today,
they are joining tomorrow. That's I mixed that up. Yes.
Actually, I wasn't really expecting the labor to come out because the labor in Rivers State has been quiet. Outside, except when Beatrice Itubo was in power. We know she was a very vocal person.
Okay.
She didn't care. First of all, she was a retired civil servant, so she had a lot of boldness to do a lot of things.
She had little to lose. Is that what you're saying?
No, she was very bold.
Okay.
To come out and say we're going on strike or criticize the government. But I was, quite impressed to see Labour in Rivers State actually coming out to say we're joining, the national, and we're also sending out, teams to monitor compliance. So I wasn't expecting them to, outrightly come out to say something, because most of the times you see them shy away from national issues. I don't know if they're avoiding having issues with the current, with the state government, but maybe because there's been a change of leadership. Because I think
change in the governor of the state and change in the leadership of NLC as well.
No, change in leadership in the state.
Okay, Rivers State.
Yes, in Rivers State.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of unions, a lot of agencies, including federal government agencies, could hardly make decisions in the previous administration. It felt everybody was, walking on eggshells,
Okay.
Everybody was being careful. I wasn't really expecting this to happen, but it's quite impressive, for the Labour to come out, and
so
show
you're saying it's a good
solidarity.
thing?
I'm saying it's a good thing because of the idea of NLC. It's a solidarity movement. Like they said, an injury to one is an injury to all. But it's quite unfortunate because from the reports, and I've not been out, I've been on desk, and the reports I'm hearing is that a lot of persons did not. Did not actually participate.
Okay, but this directive is coming today, so we're hoping to see full compliance tomorrow. Yes.
Well, the directive came yesterday, and it was. They were all, affiliate unions were advised to commence, join the national today.
Okay.
So I was expecting, because initially I had to make calls to ask, certain schools, is anything going on? And some person said, schools are going on. Rivers State University, they are on.
Yes.
Ignatius Ajuru, they are on. Secondary schools as well, they are on. Banks, from what I heard. I haven't been out there. I just called few persons and they said they're in operation. But it's quite unfortunate, that they are not participating. But then again, I can't hold them, accountable. There was a court order that said, they shouldn't go ahead with,
the strike.
The plan, yeah.
I don't even want to talk about that because even the federal government is citing the court order. They
do not follow.
Of course, it's
so
hypocritical on their part.
The truth is, Nigerians, we love to put rules and we don't like to live by example.
But we expect others too.
But we expect others too. So definitely what Labour is doing is against the law. But then the federal government sets the tone. If you can't respect the rule of law, you can't expect the others to also respect
one
it.
last question before I throw open the phone lines. We understand that a task force has been set up by Labour in Rivers State. Well, you just said it, that some persons actually did flout the directive. They attended, they went to work. So do you know if there's any plan, what it is the task force is supposed to do to sanction this?
I think probably it's to find them all when they have individual issues, because I think the idea of labor is we all come together as unions, as workers. So if you do not comply, when your union have issues, labor is going, that's what I think. Labor will stay out of it. So you fight for yourself, because when every other person needed you decided to stay out. So I think that's to my best knowledge, I think that's the extent they can go.
Okay, stay put for now. I'll get back to you. So that's the first story we're looking at. What do you make of this? The fact that Labour in Rivers State has directed its members to join the strike, and it does seem like some have chosen to go against that order. What do you make of this? Do you think it's a good thing that Labour has finally come alive in Rivers State, and would you want them to actually join the national and other workers across Nigeria to go on that strike? Of course, the strike is already on. Here is the numbers to call: 017000951, 01095100951. And for your messages, please send them to 0701933996. So do remember, you've got just 1 minute to react. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good evening, Today FM.
Good afternoon to you and welcome.
Good afternoon. This is Dakuku from Opeche. Hello?
Yes, go ahead, Dakuku.
Let me tell you, my brother, see this UTC and the labor strike that we are going. You see all these people, they are using Nigeria to play. It's not good in this country. Whatever they do, they have to do. And the boys are this university. The other time they will be promised to join the nationwide strike, but they cannot join. But if they can join this, it will be good for Nigeria to achieve, but not for their own demand, but because of the high cost of petroleum. Let them look into that one, not for their own demand alone, because not everybody is a civil servant.
So it's a union. They are out for the interest of their members. It's a union. I hope you understand that. So they are not working for everybody or every Nigerian. You can form your own union and fight for the interests of ordinary Nigerians if you want to. Thank you very much, Dakuku from Eche. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm from Akwabechi.
All right, good to have you on the show.
Yes, I am in support of the labor. Reason being that they have taken labor for a ride for a long time. Federal government is not taking labor serious. All the demand, they said they will. Before this one beaten the chairman come up. There is not one thing that are going to strike for. But those ones they demanded, have they been met? But they're going to not met that one. That's why they're going on strike. Coming back. Whether they are demanding for petroleum or worker salary, all of them inclusive. They should go on until federal government should redress the action and think well about the Nigerian workers. Let them, even if it is 1 month, I know it will bite hard on Nigeria. Let it bite so that they know that labor is labor.
Okay, thank you very much.
For granted that they think that labor is not labor.
Thank you so very much for your time. But let's not forget, we're looking at the labor in Rivers State specifically, not generally speaking. So labor joining the strike, and what you make of it. I mean, labor in Rivers State, finally, they seem to have found their footing, they've found their voice, and they've had some guts to make a threat and keep to it. Okay, we'll move on to the next story. There are concerns that there may be fuel scarcity during the Yuletide season following a shortage of petrol supply in the country. The Petroleum Product Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron, believes if the gap in the supply chain is not bridged before the end of November, the demand for the period may outweigh the supply. Rivers State Chairman of Petron, Francis Dinkba, said this in an interview with Today FM's Ifonanya Obeme Ndukwe. We'll take a listen to him now.
We're about to enter dry season, and during the dry season, activities increases, and then added with the festivity of Christmas. And when activities increase, demand for PMS will increase. And if demand increases and the supply chain is not enough to back up the demand, that means we'll begin to experience scarcity. We are praying that the situation we have in hand now is leveled up before we run closer to the festivity of Christmas. But because if it remains like this, that's right now that the supply is at the state where it is now, by the time we enter into the end of November and the beginning of December, demand will increase, and I bet you the present level of supply we have may not be able to support the demand that will come up.
The State Petron chairman noted that the shortage of supply may increase illegal refining of crude oil, popularly known as bofire, to sustain the demand. Francis called on relevant stakeholders to ensure petrol is available during the Christmas period to stop any form of illegality.
Our prayer is for this situation to level up before we enter into the nitty-gritty of festivity. If not, it may actually lead into a lot of illegalities. It's not just people buying fuel and hoarding. So people want to go to necessary attempts to refine what they cannot refine. For some of them, you call it illegal refineries, because demand will increase. And to meet up with demand that will increase, a lot of persons want to do something to cash into the opportunity and make money. So people will adulterate. We don't want any of that situation to come up. So what we are saying is that everything that's supposed to be done by all stakeholders to make sure, especially the government, to make sure that this product is available, let it be done now to avert any possible scarcity for Christmas.
All right, for Talking Point, I still have Ifonanya with me here. She's an energy correspondent as well, and she'll be giving us her thoughts on this heads up, if you like, on the part of petrol marketers in the state. Okay, Ifonanya.
Experience that in your car. I've experienced it more than times. And as I'm talking, those who use vehicles in Port Harcourt in Nigeria have all suffered one fate at one point or the other. Because they patronize them and they put them in their station and they spend to unsuspecting motorists.
All right, thank you. I think you've made your points. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yes, I'm Chris, calling from Mobiakari.
All right, Chris, good to have you on the show.
I think for me, we shouldn't take that man serious. We just try to instigate, making us to see that, in fact, the reason why people go into bunkering is the high cost of petrol. So if bunkering is the only thing to go by, I mean, the high cost of fuel alone is enough for anybody to go into bunkering, not on the festive period. So for me, it's just trying to cause that panic buying so that we will begin to rush for fuel and all of that. Who has the money to buy the fuel even? The highest amount of fuel you can buy is 3,000. And you cannot even pay for the fuel. He's talking of buy. How much will you buy? Right. To cause a panic or a scarcity.
Thank you for your time.
They never have the fuel. Nobody is buying their fuel. Let them drink their fuel.
All right, Ifonanya is back here. She wants to make a clarification. Yeah?
Yes, I think a lot of persons misconstrued what the report said. The question was actually if, there will be scarcity within the period, and the response was, if this continues, if there's still gap, definitely there will be scarcity. And definitely to lead to people hoarding in their homes. Okay. And then we have fire incidents. And then to meet up the gap, a lot of persons would start,
illegal refining.
Yes, it will increase definitely just to meet up that gap. So he's saying relevant agencies should provide more, because I heard someone saying this is what they do. You shouldn't try to cover. So I want people to understand, so you don't, misunderstand or misrepresent the report. The report isn't saying they do the activity. They are saying government should provide, close that gap before it is time when the demands get so high that you cannot meet up. The demand now, supersedes the supply. So people don't. So I just don't want people to misunderstand what the report is saying. Saying government should provide before things it gets to that point, before people start keeping petrol in their houses, and then we start having fire incidents and all.
All right, thank you. Okay, we'll move on to the next story. Of course, we'll be coming back here. Our time is fast spent and we need to cover two more stories. The people of Rumuji community in Emoha local government area of Rivers State have dismissed reports that some persons were recently kidnapped around the Rumuji axis of the East-West Road over the weekend. There was a report that armed criminals terrorizing the Emoha area had resumed their criminal activities along the East-West Road on Saturday, ambushed motorists and abducted an unaccounted number of occupants. The occupants were said to have been diverted into a nearby bush, an incident which some persons claimed happened within the Rumuji axis of the East-West Road. Reacting to the incident, the General Commander of Onelga Security Peace and Advisory Committee, OSPAC in Rumuji, Emeka Nwori, acknowledged that passengers of the vehicle were kidnapped along the East-West Road, but clarified that it happened at the boundary between Eveku and Odoha communities.
It's easy for people to call that name Rumuji, but I am now telling people that the security in Odegu, particularly Rumuji in Odegu, that is well secured and protected. That kidnapping that happened in East-West Road did not happen at Rumuji community, did not happen in Rumuji town, did not happen in Rumuji axis. Where this kidnapping happened was in between Eveku and Odo. And when they kidnapped these persons, it was inside Odoha, bush between Eveku and Odoha.
On his part, the spokesman of Odegu Agenda, Kachi Robinson, while condemning the resurgence of criminal activities within Emoha local government axis of the East-West Road, stressed the need for all hands to be on deck to curb the menace.
Rumuji has an internal security. The military are there. Other vigilante groups are also operating within Rumuji, all geared towards bringing peace to Rumuji community. And as such, we urge the security agencies to redouble their effort to nip this in the bud, because very soon the Yuletide season will be here and our people will come home. If they're coming home, we wouldn't want those ugly incidents. The road users too, which plies our road, at least should be safe.
Okay, I will look at this quickly before I pass the microphone on to you. We have our crime reporter here, Uchendu Ejoho. Good afternoon to you, Uchendu.
I greet you, Prince.
I'm just wondering why the need for this clarification. We've always known Emoha now for this kind of issues.
Don't just know Emoha for this kind of issues.
It does seem like why are you guys spreading fake stories? This was what's actually happening. Is there any need? What's the need for this rebuttal as it were?
I understand something in this situation. You know, when Tom Alesi came, towards his ending of his administration, chairman of Emoha local government, when he came towards his ending of his administration, he disbanded OSPAC.
Yes,
but he never established anyone
vigilante to
take the place. Chideloy came, and then still insisted that OSPAC should be disbanded, and then created MOVs. You know, I understand there is a contention between members of MOVs because the whole of those local vigilantes were not absorbed
into the new
MOVs.
Okay.
So some community persons decided, because at the time it's as if they started politicizing the recruitment of the MOVs from communities. So that made those communities, those OSPAC people that fought the real fight.
When it's a real fight?
Yes, that stood against those cultists and criminals that were terrorizing that road. Those communities preferred them to the new people they were selecting in the name of MOVs.
Why?
They prefer them because they think that they have done work that is appreciable.
Okay.
So they have done, they know the nook and cranny of the community, even more than those that will be coming as. I'm just laying a background of what may be causing all this clarification. Now, the person you say, Wori,
yes.
Wori at the time was the deputy commander of MOVs until an incident happened in Libradai, where he was arrested and even sacked from being the deputy commissioner of MOVs. He returned to his normal base because Emeka Wori was the originator. Should I say he was the originator of OSPAC in Emoha local government?
Disbanded OSPAC.
Yeah, the disbanded OSPAC in Emoha local government. He was the first person that took the journey to where OSPAC originated, brought it to Emoha, in Onega, brought it to Emoha, and they started the fight against criminality with the help of Nigerian police. So when he was disbanded, he has to come back to his former house. And then within Emoha, Rumuji had strong, Ospak has stronghold in Rumuji. This Rumuji you are hearing now that. So I think it's like it will be a slap to where he think he's operating and he has a stronghold that a crime. Maybe for what he believes that the way he has trained his boys and his own operation, no kind of crime of this such can happen within.
It's like a slap.
On him that they are not saying that this incident happened within his own jurisdiction. So that's why I think that's where the clarification is coming.
Okay, so
to say this thing didn't happen because I'm always on the road. These people know that I'm around. They cannot come out within my area.
So from your own findings, what should we believe? Which report should we believe? Where did it happen?
Where? From the information we got that Saturday, it was between Eveko and Odoha.
Okay, Odoha is in the Korea local government, right?
No.
What's Odoha? It's still Emo.
It's still Emo.
Okay.
It's still Emo.
Okay.
But it's act of Odego.
Okay.
Rumuji is the headquarters of Odego.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Now, Eveko is part of the Odego.
Okay.
The 5 villages that make up of, is it 5 or 6? So, thereabout, that make up of. So, if that didn't happen within Eveko, back to Rumuji, Rumodogo, Romehodo's area, it means it has happened in his jurisdiction.
Okay. So he's not contending that it happened. It happened, but not in my area.
He's not contending. He's not contending that it didn't happen.
Okay.
It's just that it didn't happen in his area.
Okay.
That because of his own name and what he do.
So is that something that should be celebrated? As in, we should hail him that of course it happened, but not under your area of jurisdiction.
Of course, if he has that confidence that with the security architect he has created, that nothing of such, then other people should borrow leave.
Okay.
If those handling from Odoha coming back to Elibradai and council side, I still say what he have said and stand by it to make boast of it. Do you think this thing will happen? It will not happen. So it's something.
But I don't understand. Well, he is not a member of OSPAC. He's not a member of MOVs. But he still has boys.
No, he's a member of OSPAC.
Okay, OSPAC now. Yeah, we disbanded OSPAC.
We disbanded OSPAC when he.
So does that mean
when they sacked him as deputy
of MOVs,
he went back to OSPAC.
Is he operating illegally? Because you said it's been disbanded.
Local government disbanded it,
yes.
But most communities say no, it's our own.
So so it's funding him. Those communities
are funding him, and by law, I think some lawyers have argued it that communities has right
to set up their own vigilante services.
Vigilante. So,
right, thank you.
OSPAC is being owned by the communities. While MOV is owned by the council. Council is funding them.
All right. Thank you. Okay, that name is Ozoha is in Ikore. I was
that's
Ozoha or something.
Ozoha in Ikore.
Not
Ozoha, yes.
Okay. All right, let's hear what the listener has got to say about this. 017-0000-951 010-951-0951. And for your messages, which I'll be taking later, 0701-9339-962. Of course, understand what this young man is saying. Emeka Wori, it happened, though there was a kidnap, but it wasn't in my area of jurisdiction. So you guys should cut me some slack, eh? And so that's a basic thing, and that's the clarification he's trying to make here. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, maybe 017-00000951. That's the number. Good afternoon to you. Okay, what happened there? Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Prince.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ugo. I'm still calling you from Port Harcourt.
All right.
I know these communities very well. Prince, let me tell you, these communities are very notorious in terms of crime.
Uche is from that area, so be careful.
Yes, let us tell ourselves the truth. If we continue to, cover certain things, my brother, if we continue to rise day by every day. So the elders of these communities have the attitude of concealing, covering their youths who are well known notoriously in terms of crime. They will not expose them. They will not speak against them.
You don't think it's because they are afraid for their own lives? You don't think that's the reason?
Yeah. Fine. Then when they are afraid, that is true. Then how do we think if we cannot point at them? If we cannot expose them, how do we now think that this evil will just go away out of our system? It is not possible. So they should tell themselves the truth.
All right.
Especially that Ezeku has been notoriously known for all these kind of issues.
Okay, thank you. We need to be very snappy here. Is that true, Uche? Ezeku notorious?
I'm not from there, but we've had series of reports that men ambushed people around that. Odo. I remember late Wadi was between Eveku, Odo, and Libradai within that axis. So if one has described there to be a notorious arena,
there might be some truth.
There must be an element of truth.
All right. Hello. Good afternoon to you.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Prince Abozo, and I'm calling from Telecom.
You're welcome.
Yes, if you make out something from what Uchendo has just told you, you also understand that some of these issues are caused by us, the stakeholders, especially the chiefs and elders in individual communities. Because you cannot tell me that the local government has disbanded OSPAC, and in some communities they are still operating. Lawyers have also argued the fact that they have the right to set up OSPAC, and we also have MOVs. So when equally people used to say that a goat in which way so many persons are training hardly will easily sleep outside. When you have a goat and almost everybody are rearing that goat, it's assumed that the goat will even sleep outside because he don't even know where he's going to sleep that night. Maybe you tell he sleep in John's house while he slept in Peter's place. So this issue, I have said it as an issue, even while word is late, that our chiefs and elders in all the communities that makes up our local government need to sit down. Thank God we have a chief like Sergeant Awuse. We need to sit down, he needs to champion it, sit down and say, what do we do to ensure
we need to move on?
We will not see these criminals again. This criminal activity.
All right, Prince, I need to take you off here. Thank you. We have one more story, so let's hit that one, so we will not be left out, sort of. The people of Ubima community in the Ikwerre local government area of Rivers State have protested against alleged unlawful dismissal of one of their sons, Stephen Wagam, by the management of SIAT company. The Ubima people, in a gathering that appeared to be a protest in Port Harcourt, issued a 7-day ultimatum against SIAT to either visit the community to explain the reasons for its actions or reinstate their son to his position as a chief security officer. The spokesman of Ubima Town Council of Chiefs, Innocent Amadi, who spoke on behalf of the chiefs in council, called on the government to prevail on the company to do the needful, warning that failure of the company to comply will result to demand of their landed property. Chief Amadi explained that since the company began operation in the 1970s, the host community has never benefited from it.
We are protesting the unlawful dismissal of Stephen Wagam. Stephen Wagam is an indigenous of Ubima from the host community and was employed as a CSO. So whatsoever reason that SIATA has refused to communicate the host communities upon the inhuman treatment mounted to Ubima community as the host community, Ubima have not benefited anything from SIAT. The River State Assembly law on the employment has been defeated by this company SIAT. We are not holding any management position in SIAT. So we are giving them 7 days ultimatum to reinstate Stephen Wagam. If they don't, we will cripple the activities of the company. If they don't, it is high time they vacate our land. I am talking from the Ubima Town Council of Chiefs.
On his part, the spokesman of Ubima in council, Anthony Umezurike, in an interview with Today FM's Uchendo Joho, threatening that Ubima people will rise up to demand for all the entitlements as contained in the Memorandum of Understanding. Today FM's correspondent reports that the SIAT company is here to react to the allegations as the public relations officer, Lucky Ezinwo, did not take his calls or reply to a message sent to his mobile phone. Okay. Uche, of course, is still here. By Uche, I mean Uche Joho. What's really happening here? Is it employ our man back? I mean, reinstate him, or are they angry about? According to them, they accuse the company of not doing much for them in over 30 years or 40 years. If you're talking about
you know, I'm gonna make look at the one over there here. Or Bonga one. This one no sweet at all.
Nigeria security advisor Nihu Libadu. He don't knock the immediate present past presenters.
The immediate
immediate past presenters administration of Muhammad Buhari. He don't talk say life, say fact. Say okay, he say he left Nigeria bankrupt means the bank don't rob, money no there inside.
The bank is empty.
They say bank rob.
The bank.
My home.
There's no Billy.
That means they say the bank don't rob. I will go no any nothing. Empty pocket.
There's no money.
He wants to pass when somebody say man say I'm a bankrupt. What I'm bankrupt. I'm bankrupt.
Bankrupt means there's no money in the bank.
At all. When I be girls to check them everywhere, not to see anything. And then
I'm bankrupt. No day.
Any dream destiny help because not gonna come help me because.
So no. He said, Mazi, I think what you should be saying is that Nigeria needs help.
Me I first need help before Nigeria.
But you are in Nigeria now.
Yes, but me I first need you don't go to survive. You got alive to see Nigeria. You got that alive, so now you need the help first. So then they buy and I so take here no go talk plenty. Look into the story. It's everywhere for paper. Go find and they are reading. And everybody don't come out.
As former EFCC boss.
Yes, it will be the new security advisor for this government, the same APC. You know, say we don't get a fashion of APC. The last one will be change APC. This new APC now and renewed hope APC. So if you want to talk now, you go talk and say the change APC leave Nigeria bankrupt for the renew APC.
During Buhari's tenure, what was his own slogan?
Change begins with you.
Change begins with you.
Yes.
So they change us to keep like this. The
hopelessness will come.
And why they were changing, renewed hope was there.
Renewed hope,
steaming.
Yes. Just the wood, the steam, the weight.
Renewed hope was waiting.
Change you come, can't change fuel, put her for 200 naira, 290, 290 something, and they buy them at the vest. Said,
you are angry. But renewed hope now.
Renewed hope.
Mazi, as the name implies, renewed hope. There is hope. Remember the word hope. I need to give you the I need to give you the dictionary meaning of the word hope. When I'm talking about hope, I did not mean hope. I say hope.
Get your own challenge for that side.
When I say hope, the meaning of hope, a feeling of expectation and desire for a particular thing to happen. That's a feeling of expectation.
That is the expectation.
That you're expecting that before the end of 4 years, a miracle will spring forth.
And be hope.
Yes. So when you have renewed hope, do you know the combination of renewed and hope? It takes you on a different dimension.
Oh, finish it. Look at us now. You can have plan for change. If I leave us for change, maybe if I don't bring renewed change.
Okay, like renewed change.
Renewed change for them better.
But if it was renewed change, how much do you think you'll be buying a liter of fuel? It should be like 300 or.
Oh, look, 300 and stuff. I don't for boy.
If I don't complain.
The only hope now, where the hope now, say, miracle will go come. So that if you go back to Papa, even if how much it is if you go back?
Oh boy, if Nigeria now see 500 naira for yourself, no go.
Not still good.
400, 300, 200.
Yes.
For we buy 700 now.
Because make God I beg you, don't go to now you be our renewed hope. Don't go to. Now if na Port Harcourt refinery outside. All right, I'm going to leave that one there for now. I go put on a voice for inside that one. I want to take you hear that one from Nehu Ribadu. He sweet you to hear, he shock you, he leave you for surprisingness.
But Mazi, when Nehu Ribadu talk this thing, no say during the last 10 or you know be in the APC.
Yeah.
Be no day.
Na PDP.
We don't even know the party. We don't even know the party when been there. So now in be no, maybe be no day when they know the meeting. In just come is a new intake. So I think come now.
This no rebando. Not in the EFCC man.
Now they tell you.
Now for
now
Obasanjo bring you come.
Yes, now.
Go and look for article. Bring him down. Look for him. It be like because of they even because of him. They start EFCC.
Now he be the EFCC boss.
He be the man at that time.
We been pursue Alamesi out.
Pursue plenty people. Well, how had the case today? Had the case today after many years. So good. I'm going to buy you leave that on the come out from there. This one now people already in the water and they don't come out to come follow us to talk like a country people. Never you make know what to do. Go put phone line quick. Yesterday somebody don't shout the same time. We do to talk of plenty
all the time.
Throw put phone line quick for now. And this one they don't reach another person in the head. They will be saying until they don't touch them. As they take it, they touch us. They touch the small. And they say when they rain, they follow. As they follow today like this, and I follow from Obiakpo go reach Port Harcourt. You know, no house for inside the Obiakpo to Port Harcourt. We say one no drop for in zinc cash. They lie. Oh, go look at oh, look at and go reach you for her. They will reach you there. I'm gonna make check people when they don't reach us as they cry and they follow. But this one, he don't reach his stage. You will be saying, is this one who cry? They go tell my friend, shut up. If you cry here now, if you cry here, who deal with you? Cry, make we see you. Can this one be saying, it be like when they took your pin, say, cry now, make I see you.
Try.
All right, I'm going to buy you. Make I no laugh alone. Make I give you. I'm going to follow here. I'm the Federal Road Safety Commission, who will be FRSC. They don't remove their corp commander. The corps command corp.
It's called call.
Okay.
It's not call. It's called not call. Call.
Okay. Call commander. They don't command the corp commander.
Don't be a cook call.
How we play? They don't command them. We are in that state to second.
The man talk massing.
Yes, make a take country people. Make a take country people. When the man talk, when maybe remove the man for office. So the man they come out the contract and say, "Hey, whoa." First subsidy, he don't finish also. We don't fit to do our work again. Say this guy, say the first subsidy. Well, our president to remove, he don't affect their work. You know, say they go follow by fuel. They buy fuel, and I go follow now 700.
Keep for one corner. Semeku states the fact. The man was only stating the fact.
Yes, he's talking the fact, but they are not supposed to talk fact.
Yes, but because even police people say the thing don't affect them too. Not be only them. It affects
even police.
Yes.
You hear police talk. They
never talk.
They don't talk. They don't born you well.
But the man just gas cry.
The man go do his own. He go talk. He don't know when he take talk.
But that's the fact. The thing that affects all the federal parastatals of all the paramilitary and military agencies, because where did they do quotations say fuel for 1 month we are paying 300,000. I know say for Nigeria, for them to increase money, it is very hard. Even for them to even increase salary, it's a struggle.
I they cry for Baswell this afternoon. I tell you what is fuel, don't chop me. I know say sometimes our guy even come when he see my side, he say this man make him don't come here because he know they cry why they can't cry for that. Yeah, we feel cry to our guy. Like the last time I see our guy here, tell us say our guy he don't ready to. And them they don't feel cry to the guy. Cry now make we see you. They look at the one we won't cry.
Nah, see Richard's now wife go tell him why you go talk now.
I know the
you don't know how they manage. You know this country. Why you go talk? Now you don't remove food for table now. What you go do?
But
was it like sacked or it was?
They remove her from the position.
So not be like say
I don't know information. They never tell us whether they sack. They never talk sack, but they say they remove him as the commander from there.
Maybe they carry and go another side.
Send them go another side, or maybe they keep her for office where no go they spend money again. Or maybe
in the office relax.
But I pray make you know they say na sack this man.
They had to sack federal government staff. Sure. They had to sack.
Now the punishment when they receive will be that for.
But he was only stating the facts.
Make you know they state facts again for this one again.
So only so. But the people if you talk now, people like Nigeria Labour Congress.
Labour strike. This strike in the labor banana. This one, you know, sweet me. You know, sweet. Stop it. Me, I don't like him because they can be safe well and the fuel. You never go strike.
Mazi. Asu don't join.
We go discuss their matter. Make we leave them. Can I make we look another story? This one no be story wey sweet at all. This one is no sweet.
Today wetin dey happen this one no be all the story wey dey carry come.
This one no sweet at all. Ngwa ndị ebe anyị make I tell una sharp the story time no be our friend here make we girls the break you. This story, if you just the waka there, make it careful. Come and bring down anything will be breakable, will be glass, anything when near you. Sit down on top on that table. With glass there on top, we shift your chair, come out from there because if you hear this story, go stand up with vest. If you break something, drive up, match break, clear one corner, make I break this news. Give you first. How a school teacher. And then kill the school teacher for Taraba. This what happened for Taraba State. Stab the teacher, stab him, kill him. Who killed the teacher? 18 years old boy. And in France, he don't kill the school teacher. So that'll not be good news. 18 years old boy, he don't graduate, he don't leave school, he don't finish. He don't finish for the school. Make him come back, he come collect the paper, and Papa send them, make him come collect paper from the school, where they go use to take him, go do for Air Force. Thank God they say no be this kind of thing, go enter Air Force. There's the boy, make they go for the school, go collect certificate. As he go for the school is there for assembly hall. You know that assembly where they go there for line. The boy waka inside the line. He might say no they good. You know say school is there for assembly hall. He go there somewhere or wait or follow back. The teacher come meet and say, "Mbana boy, no follow inside this line. Go back, go follow back. You be old students, we know." Him and his friends. As the boy they go back, I'm not know what something we tell them, all of them say, you know, say we don't graduate, we not be student again. I'm not come who they tell on that thing. Say you don't graduate, you go do anyhow. The boy friends, all of them, they go back again. After they don't obey the order, they go back, go cross the line, cross the assembly hall. They go where then they go inside the school. That the man who provoke as a teacher. If you don't graduate, no mean so no they flog you. He flogged the boy. Come on, go back. You might say, just because of that thing alone. The boy you go gather in France. You go gather in France, so don't wait for the teacher. The school don't notice say the boy you don't gather friends. They bring information and say, boy, go gather friends. So call the vigilante come, pursue them, then go. As the school close, I am say the boy don't go plan with your friends to ambush the man. They ambush the man for Kekewe, the man they go house. Even itself, because of the fear, a follow teacher there, all the teachers don't gather to escort the man who go in house. You understand? As the man reach, guys, no worry, everything is okay. I'm a man, nothing they happen. Now small picking. Now they don't call them small picking. No. Before the man enter Keke, making they go, they stop the Keke, bring the man down, and they stab the man, kill him. After they talk to you today, the boy don't run, they never see him. 18 years old boy.
Now wow. We don't know anything that happen for the society. Because one thing about this thing, we say it can't look like say values and morals don't they drop. It look like say value and morals don't they drop seriously. Because how that kind of thing could just happen. Like imagine you're trying to correct a child, but you don't even know say most of all these boys when they in school self they mingle with court boys.
How?
So because for boys we go do that kind of thing, go notice that they are court boys, not be ordinary boys. Those in friends and don't join clique already.
How?
So now them can't do that kind of thing. So the same still boil down to family. Make family try as much as possible to see how they fit.
More the kind children when your children they work out. So they can't pick in.
Some people go just leave their children to work out with any other person. Like,
God.
You know, they don't matter. You don't do them anything. So I beg, make we just be very, very careful. The news they very bad. Because sometimes I don't hear for our radio station when teacher they talk say for the school where they teach, they flog children
they
again.
They don't even go house.
Instead they flog children. Say the girls that were in the school, their boyfriends then I mean they call this. So now if you can't go flog them, you can't come back, go tell their boys, oh my boyfriend,
Tell some
see our
the
teacher, Mr. John flogged me in school. You know, then the court is boy, you flog no one will go mad for our SS.
Hello. Wanka.
Like the future leaders, they are the next generation. They see the next generation.
The boy, Papa get plan for them. Air Force and how the Papa want me go join.
Try.
God, thank you. Say no, allow this thing enter that kind of government. Okay, I'm going to buy you. Will give you the biggest story. This one on another story will go shock you. You know, sweet at all, but it shock everybody. Community don't wake up for morning. It comes into cascades. Cascades. The body where they don't bury. They said that the body rest in peace. This community same pan. The body no go rest in peace. This one happen for Isusiaka community for Imo State. And this one happen. The community come out early morning, they come see the dead body, walk around everywhere to the dead body where they don't die. Mother-in-law and sister-in-law. Now they bury for the place. Somebody go come out to the dead body, carry them, go dump them for community square. Bam! Leave them there, go. Hell! They say double wahala for the dead body.
So now, maybe the dead rest. I mean,
this one, they said the dead did not go rest.
There's no peace for the dead, or which
this one they say peace not there for dead body. You better make a tell me what thing happen when make a rich say then go come out to people for their grand where they don't bury them. Two family they get a problem. They don't go go put to court order. They say that there's a fight for their land for many years. The two community, the two family don't they fight for the land. As then they fight, the matter there for court. Court don't ever give judgment, you know, as our court they do. The other family don't get the body for their mortuary. We don't wait since for how many years they never bury them. They come go another court, go collect a court injunction. Court injunction, come tell them same way. Carry the body, you go bury them for ground. That place where the court, the case is there for court. Now they carry the dead body, then go bury them because they don't get the court injunction. Why the case is still there for court? But the court injunction tell them say if they win for the case, then go still remove the dead body for the place. If the other family win, but you just keep your dead body there first. Why you don't leave the body for the mortuary? Or Papa go find a cemetery.
So why they rush to even go to the burial?
The body don't taste since now they don't get another space. You don't say for this our village, Igbo people aside we there like this. They know they allow make you bury for outside. If you die, you must go back community. If your papa, your wife die, they go back community. We know they bury for outside. And that thing they don't turn off our place. They don't turn our place to cemetery everywhere. Every community, every family you see, we bury papa, mama, every sister, everybody bury here. You know good. The thing they go to make you go village, you're gonna see where they bury this one, see where they bury this one. You don't tell them they're supposed to get a place inside the bush. We do cemetery.
More like a cemetery.
Family cemetery there. Everybody they bury. So these people who don't carry the body go bury for land where still there for court case. The people who they fight case with come see say they don't carry the body, do burial for the two body, go bury them there. 2 weeks after they don't bury the body, this family go hire people who say go dig the body come out.
Oh wow.
Then go dig the body come out to how dig the that is also bring out to the coffin. Go dump them for community. Like you said, a community get them.
What about if the dead body stand up?
I'm not going to stand up. Make I shock you waiting the dead body community. The community wake up for money, come see this kind of thing. Say, Bam! Oh boy, man, this kind of thing is no good.
The taboo.
It's a taboo. How you go do this kind of thing? Go bring it dead body, come drop for community.
Mazi, is it what they say me?
Aaron, yes, Aaron.
What's the meaning of that?
But bad thing, the taboo.
Okay.
So community verse, come consult then carry the dead body. Come. Carry them straight to the family of the people who will hire people to come out the dead body. Go break their house there, carry the dead body, keep them for their palo there. Why go come out the dead body for granted because of court their case? They leave them there. Imagine say they told you so, but they carry the dead body, go keep for your palo.
Oh wow.
The people run. The dead body there for their palo there 2 weeks.
Are you serious?
Yes. The body don't they turn out on something else inside their parlor. The people who there for back now don't you will fight they will start to fight don't pass you. You dey cook for community. It is a community no go finish. Ngwanu you cook make community cook for you kwanu make you look. The man na beg dey for outside they beg community I beg. Finally the community come finally agree after 2 weeks. They come carry the dead body go bury am back. Now the family still carry the dead body. Go bury the dead body back again. If they find trouble where your hand no fit to reach dead.
Okay. So the moral lesson.
Now that dead body never finish there because if this family can't win the case, now they go still remove that dead body again.
Which waiting they don't go through.
The dead body don't suffer.
Which waiting they don't go through. Just they go remove the dead body.
They go remove if they win the case, they go remove them again.
Okay, they have the right now. That one is a constitutional right to remove the dead body. So why they go to remove dead body? Come on. The people who die now could just look themselves, say chai.
And my body that they carry.
If to say that tell me say before I go die, say not only they carry me waka, no God great. People bad. Those they carry people dead body and if you look where those people they carry their dead body when them in their life, they sabi make guy. I mean this life can't look like say not even the inside the life.
My brother.
Man just died. That's not. Carry that body they waka. But the truth be say, we always tell people follow. Make sure say you do the right thing. The right thing nine be the most important thing. Follow these laid down principles. This not the law. Calm down. Follow the law. Now you can't say. It's just like some people they fight community. You understand? If they fight community, one day when community come for you, my brother, you run. No.
Now this one a community because this kind of thing they don't believe as soon as you go come.
No man. If not, I go dig dead body when the case still there for court.
And you why you go bury dead body when case is still there for court?
So two of them get fault. So, yes.
Every side.
Why go bury dead body when the case there for court? Because it's not your constitutional right.
Yes, and you why go remove dead body when you don't get a constitutional right?
And why go carry dead body go put for village square?
You why go carry dead body go put for person park? Alright, I'm going to buy this one and after the package you don't carry con.
But man, why we just sleep for how many minutes they talk about dead body?
Hungry now. We don't get nothing to talk about. I'm going to boil a man. No, we just find way into the go come out for this stress.
Dead body. But man, you don't go mortuary. If you reach there.
At the time I bury my mama and my papa, and at that time I not no business, I don't get business. And I don't ask them how
business. Because you bring this dead body matters.
No ask the mortuary person how business. How business or my papa.
But you know even people where they sell what do they call that thing? Coffee. They complain now.
No ask them how no ask them no mistake ask that kind of person how business. How can talk on what they wait for? Now you making business.
But them they complain bitterly. They complain. Say the economy is bad.
Hey, good for them. I'm going to make a give country people who made the follow put their voice for the story they don't can give you. And don't forget the first story don't tell you say the national security advisor will be new about it. Don't come out to say Nigeria. Say money no there at all. Say this government inherit bankruptcy for the past government will be still the same government. Again, FRS they don't come out their organ for Kwara State because of say in talk say this well subsidy where they remove it don't they affect them well. They say the operation they think they affect them well. And they tell us they talk too much. Come out from there. And again, you don't bring to the content say 18 years old boy. All students for school, they don't kill the teacher. We've been the teacher before. Because of say, he no agree obey instruction where teacher give him. He carry knife, he call him friends, he chop, he choke the teacher, he kill him. And again, don't bring to the con give you say 2 community for Imo State. Don't surprise as they come jam to dead body for the community square. Where 2 family where they provoke go they carry dead body, they play. I'm gonna which one suit you to talk about them. I'm going to make an open phone line and give you the phone number we go use to reach us here. Sharp.
Okay, the phone number we go take reach us here. The first phone number now 0817 0000 951. Then the second phone number we go take reach us now 0810 9510 951. Then say one just for SMS or WhatsApp. The number now 0701 9339 962.
All right, the last woman will call us to the chop our recharge card and make you not forget. Even the last woman will call us yesterday supposed to chop Madam Victoria. But she not get our SMS. You know fit to chop am. I'm gonna make we go for online and make we check who want talk to us. And we go there sharp because 1 minute for each caller. Make we see whether if you run them like that. Make we take plenty calls today. Hello, your name and where they call us from? Hello. Engineer, come on. Engineer, Biagodo Biko. It don't affect us here. Engineer, come. Can they go there? Try call us back and make we check. Hello, your name and where they call us from? Hello. Bam, that one no go. Make we know where's the airtime. Engineer, come on. Network, they worry us. Bam, whether na line, they worry us. Make we check who they here. Hello, your name and where they call us from? Mbadona Gaga. I beg you. Bring them come, make them come check the phone line. About whether na phone line they custom, I mean a network because the rain don't follow. And when rain follow like that, and I say they worry us sometimes. I beg you because engineers make una come sharp, come sharp. Can you go there? Make una come sharp. Hello, can make you look. They call them, they plenty. They call yourself, just they come, they go. Hello. Make you know where's this credit in Nigeria. Shirikena. And I see as a things, it don't be, not be same time we will go use to the West credit. Credit no say don't reach 4 naira for 1 minute. You could 1 minute, don't spend 4 naira. Because make you take SMS. If you send SMS, if you send us SMS by WhatsApp, if you take that one sharp while with the wait, make this phone line come up. Make you go SMS, make you look this one. This one say, Mazi, good evening. He said, if I may ask, on what charge did they sack him? Because in the talk now, he said, which offense did he commit? I mean the FRS yoga. Mazi, if you ask me, what he said is true. Things are hard. They should call him back. Okay. Jero from LL. Alright, make we go for line again, make we check whether I don't connect. Hello, your name and where they call us from? Okay, no, where's that one?
Okay.
Hello, your name and where they call us? You know, go.
Message there.
Take another.
I am Nobu. The hungry in Nigeria will be over very soon. Plans and policies have been put in place. Mazi Ike God and MC Kuro, I like your program. Well done.
Thank you very much.
And this answer, you want to take phone call? Mazi and MC Kuro, why on a two they drag for dead body matter?
No, we don't live.
Make Buhari come tell us where they carry our money go. Emmanuel Ekbo in Port Harcourt.
Emmanuel, thank you very much. If you know if you call us an SMS, make you take SMS sharp before phone line is clear.
Mazi and MC Corona, good evening. I don't understand what's happening in this country. Every day killing. Student kill teacher kill student. Now what for Nigeria? For Niyo Rubadu is a real member of ABC. He contested 2023 APC governorship primary and lost. Ebuka from Eliozu.
Ebuka,
facts and figures. Good evening.
Make we check whether I don't connect. Hello. For we are.
Good evening, Samazi and MC Kuro. My name na Radio Teenager. Please, ASU should not go on any strike. This dead body matter go make me throw up. You know sweet, I beg.
You know sweet.
If the living suffer when in their life, it go still suffer
when they don't die. My brother.
Wala promise. Rest in peace. Don't become joke.
Ezioku, my brother. That's three talk for that one.
And this good evening, Mazi. New Ribadu think well at all before in talk wetin talk. Nigeria no get money. We buy pleasure. SUV of 160 million. I beg, make them allow us hear what my name now mature.
Okay, mature. Thank you very much.
This one say, good evening, my people. That dead body story, please keep me posted on the court case. I want to know whether they will remove the dead body again.
Yes.
On our too much.
Yes, thank you very much. Desmond, yes, update to go come.
Okay, on dead body matter.
Yes, update to go come.
So now, dead body we're going to talk about.
Make we send SMS.
Mazi and the king of wedding. I greet her now. No ribado don they talk like person we carry plenty meat for mouth. That time where passenger they use as no use that word. We then chase bushmeat. In no see bankruptcy in Nigeria. Tinubu don't put sugar for him.
Hello, your name and where they call us from?
Hello.
Yes. Don't connect.
Hello. Daddy body. Mazi. Ewo. Mazi.
No, carry on.
I see go.
Yaga. Double Allah for dead body.
I tell you. You see now, God never rule them go promote the dead body. When they now they don't carry and go put them for inside a house. It on the bed. Then the people who get the dead body self they get patient to go carry them, go bury them again. Then they wait now. When they call to finish it, they go carry the dead body and they go chop them, they chop them. And the person will talk anyhow. They go cover them for work. When they want that they do now, that means the people, that means everything is where we they talk now, through where we they talk. And they just close their mouth, they don't go say, no, they change. And everything just stay like that. Now so they come out all of them now for seat. And the small boy will go carry people, go deep. You see the country where we dey into. No, but me, I know they have small picking again, where you know be my brother or my sister. Because we don't know waiting that person where he belongs. Let them know come past those.
All right.
If they do that, I need to tell them sorry.
Okay.
I don't get that straight.
Okay.
Thank you.
Meso, thank you very much. Thank you, Meso. They wait. We will give you a card. And we check the next caller. Hello, your name and where they call us from?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
My mom is Jessica. They come from Hong
Mommy Jessica. Mommy, carry on.
First time.
We don't do jingle bell for you. Jingle bell.
Carry on and give us your last four numbers. No?
Okay, the last four. This thing. 9718.
Okay, Mommy Jessica, carry on. We don't hear you.
Okay. About the people we go come out dead body from grave. She are not detach them. That kind of even if I don't know how they behave, but
Mommy,
a person like me.
Mommy,
I'm allowed.
They call them Undertaker.
Then for look to that body, they don't bury and say they don't bury. Even if they win the court case, that one the body go stay watching for ground. They do what they want to do for their land. That one a problem. Let them they fight, sir. You might talk with that.
All right, Mommy, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's go check another call.
Okay, Mazi. You know Undertakers?
Yes, Undertaker.
But those people they do Undertaker, if they meet woman comes to say, what do you do for a living?
I do Undertaker.
Where's you go talk?
I do Undertaker. Hello, your name and where they call us from?
Mazi.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Eda. When you go power, where they come from, Africa.
Yes, Eda, carry on.
Listen, for the dead body matter, those people are called busybody, both the parties. Waiting go declare for grand, and then they carry up and down. Yeah? If they allow there, they say, no, they are where we bury our person. If they are case, they say they don't win. That man, safety cop. For me, he did not do anything to deserve reassign or sack or redeploy. He said the truth now. That you know they worry everybody. This subsidy from 500 to 50 to 500 to 700. Police people know they move again. Road safety know they move as they move. He said this thing that affects them. That does not warrant. It's injustice to the core. Does not warrant the changing the man and this one. Please, they should tell the boss to record the man. He didn't say anything bad. It's not a speech. Why must they do that? It's inhumanity, it's injustice to humanity.
But again, you're not supposed to talk now.
And we're not going to talk again as we talk.
No. You be civilian.
He swore an oath.
You be civilian. Him be core member.
He swore an oath.
Couple member.
Even if then the took you knife or throat, you will not talk.
You not go talk.
He swore an oath.
You not go talk.
I got to talk.
No, sir, he swore an oath.
See the society we are. 18-year-old boy who just go out to school, go gang and kill his former teacher. Let them know the blessing comes from teacher. After parents, not teacher blessing. He has tried cost to himself whenever he runs to, and those is allied. Thank you, God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. I could take this other call before enter SMS. Hello, your name and where you call us from?
Good evening,
yes, good evening. Good evening. Bring your voice to come out for front.
Good evening. Radio teenager. Are you to send us message?
I'll give my it. Are you a teenager? Hello. They hear us.
I'm hearing you. Good evening, Mama.
Yes, give us your last phone number as a teenager.
Radio teenager.
7576.
Why again? Your last four. Don't call your phone number. All these people.
Yeah.
We're not hear you. Network is no good for your side. Come up for front. Make it talk and well. 8576.
576.
Now 76 are they here.
7.
Teenager. Hello. Oh, we're not here again. Teenager. I got a bubble. I don't go anywhere. Teenager.
We are walking down.
This on the network is not good for you today, teenager. Sorry. Radio teenager. Child, not good.
Radio teenagers have been sent message.
Oh, you want to send there your message?
Steady.
Hey. But you don't read one message.
I don't send already.
Make we confirm the number there for the SMS. Whether we check whether SMS will show us a number. Okay, I'm going to make we take SMS and I'll make we go SMS.
Okay, SMS. Good evening, people. Be like saying that the dead body don't affect on our network. If from the group.
You don't go work, you don't fit attack us.
Hey, my name is Kuru. My name is Kuro, not Kuru. Is Ribadu the new finance minister? When did he swap position? I beg, make them pack well. Make them pack well. Okay. Mother, I try enter. Okay, my name is Kuro. Now, good evening. No. The selected supervisor for water entry, I greet on her. These children will kill their teacher, go face the law. Mazi, when I did that age, my teacher go send me to court cane, bring for them to take flog us. Mazi, the world don't spoil you. God go help us. My name is Emoji. Mazi, just give the yesterday female last caller card because you have enough time to call the number for like 3 times. Instead, you are wasting time lamenting about calling out number. When you eventually did, you rushed it once. Abi, they use subsidies card. Madam Informer, this attack where they attack us here. They attack us like say it be sponsor. Madam Informer, you know, God sponsor one section.
He said we call the phone number.
Okay, radio teenager don't send number, yeah.
Make we confirm, man.
It will end with 7576.
7576. But you not talking anything now.
Radio teenager. We are adding the but never no be last call Asha. Woman still call.
We still take another call. We still take another call. Make we look whether message they load for Facebook. Facebook will get some message here for Facebook. Okay, this one is saying open okay, Iwejo Gospel. He said Mazi, okay, it's a new about the APC and their co-travelers are not But the Sivas, they say they have nothing to offer Nigerians. They are only there to collect woto in their individual pockets. Tinubu was an APC national leader before Mahood made him okay. All right, thank you very much, Gospel Iwojo. Okay, make we check. Make we still load another one for Facebook. Make we look.
Okay, messages there.
Plenty here. I'm going to take a sharp and make
MC Kuro, if they ask the person his work, you should tell them that he's into undertaking technology.
Thank you,
James. Wow.
Yes.
Mazi K God and MC Kuro. Now don't come. Mazi, if I may ask, our freedom of information bill, cover our big organs. I beg, make our organs no die in silence.
Okay.
No, they no die in silence.
Okay, make I take this one. Naka Chuku Morris, he said, good evening, Mazi Kechuku. Yes, thank you. He said, now the National Security Advisor, he said, he's still making that the mistakes of the previous administration, which is blame game. And this is not the time for that. He said, do something as the new government in power. And for the removal of FRSC officer, he said, is there no freedom of speech in this country? Many people in Nigeria have said the worst things and were never cautioned. Okay, Amaka Judy said, he said, Mazi and MC Kore said, well done, but support the strike. People are hungry. He said, make I support them. Okay. Okay.
Any person that says Nigeria do not have money is abusing our country. Now, Williams will send that message.
Okay, Nicholas Erasmus for Facebook, he said the story of a 18-year-old boy is very unfortunate. Mazi, the teacher underrated that boy. I read one book where telling me say most of those they born in 90s are impatient people, and most of those they born in 2000 lack a conscience. Since then, I respect myself. Okay. He said they look from far. Okay, he said respect yourself, they look from far. He go get why. Okay.
Okay, Mazi, greetings. NSA has opened the bomb of former administration of Buhari. That shows that the former administration finished the country in mismanagement. From Elder Tango Ategu.
Okay, Elder, thank you very much. There, Jonathan Isepo Emmanuel, he said the student no trial to kill his former teacher. Mazi Abi teacher too. They respect my so they respect myself for this student because most of them are cultists. Gotin Nwileni. He said, Mazi and MC Kore, I love your program. He said the Bible said, let the dead be buried. Let the living bury the dead, not the other side. He said, cool. I see you're dressing from Ozoba. Okay, thank you very much. John Peters, don't see your own here. John Peters is
MC
Oh, sorry, no verse.
MC Kuro, welcome back. Mazi, please send give men those style they give men card now.
Okay.
And those boys will kill their teacher must face the law.
Okay, John Peters is a Mazi them net. They met an empty treasury, but they use 160 billion to buy SUV. For each of the legislators, they met empty treasury, but they use 50 billion to buy yacht. They met empty treasury. They use billions to buy vehicles for first lady. Okay. All right. I'm going to buy you. Make you leave. I'm there. Time not be our friend again. Make you leave. I'm Sunday. Berendu. I see you there. Make you leave. I'm there tomorrow. Go continue. I'm again 5 p.m. Make you no miss at all. Oh yeah, BRJ. I don't advise you say come here. Make I show you how you go take it. Make your business. Make it sell well for this December. Meet me for Facebook. Mazi Ike God. Ike want you to talk about them. Oh yeah, BRJ.